Uh, Good afternoon, everyone. I'm pleased to be here with you today. I appreciate the opportunity to come and talk to you. I've met with the team a couple of times to discuss a lot of the mechanics of getting this program off the ground. This is really a groundbreaking opportunity. It's the first time that the university has been involved in reaching into the community to start businesses. As Devorah mentioned, I have been in business in one form or another for many years, many more years than I even care to mention at this point. I worked in financial services for about 20 years, worked for Harris Bank in marketing and advertising. I worked for Allstate Insurance Company in advertising for a number of years. I started a marketing services company from scratch. I purchased a computer services company, and I started a small business consulting company. So this isn't something that I'm kind of winging. I've actually got a lot of experience at this. I also teach at the Joseph School of Business. It's the business school that's attached to Living Word Christian Center. I don't know how many of you are familiar with Bill Winston and what they do at Living Word, but they have a really powerful influence on small business development. The church out there owns the mall, the apparel company, a water company, several other things. So I teach in the School for Entrepreneurship there. We have students who come in for a 9-month program, and we pretty much help them either improve their business or get one started. So the goal for this kind of partnership between the university and Thrive Leadership Academy is to help you here in the ministry launch businesses right here in the community. One of the primary goals for the program is to create businesses that you own and operate in your own community. I think the days of us expecting AT&T or People's Gas or somebody else to show up and save the day for us, I think those days are over. Devorah is absolutely right. The engine that drives the American economy is small business. And the more of those that we have, particularly in our community, the more likely we are to be able to establish our own abilities to maintain ourselves. We're not dependent on a lot of other communities to come in and do things for us, but we own and operate our own businesses. I am a full-time business instructor at Trinity International University. I teach just about everything: finance, accounting, management, and over the years I've been teaching there, I've taught even more things than that. So they didn't throw some novice into the mix here with fingers crossed, hoping something would happen. Really got an extensive background on this, and for those of you who are interested and can commit to the process, we can actually help you get the business started. So here's kind of the mechanics of how it will work. Because we are looking for a fairly serious commitment, we are asking everyone to go through an application process. If you go to the church website, I think at the bottom of the home page, and you click on the information there, I think it says something about business or leadership program. You can fill out the form to be accepted into the program. Later this month, we'll have another information session where you can come talk to the leadership in the program. You can be evaluated as an applicant. And then in January, we will select probably somewhere between 5 and 10 entrepreneurs to go through the process. And that process is going to be involved with weekly sessions, weekly instruction on how to start your business. We'll cover things like operations, finances, marketing, accounting, all of the things that will help you get the business started. So I think it's the second weekend or third week in January, we'll be holding the first of those information sessions. In the meantime, you would have finished your application, gone through the approval process, and then have someone from the leadership give you an indication that you've been accepted into the program, and then we can move forward from there. So after January, we'll be having a weekly information session. I believe we'll be meeting at the Salvation Army near here, where yours truly will be the weekly instructor. Now, one of the real benefits of this particular program, you don't get anywhere else that I know about, is we will have a team of college students who will assist you in getting the business launched. So students who are working on an internship at the school who already have some kind of business background, they're usually either juniors or seniors, will be coming alongside you to help you do a lot of the things to get the business off the ground. You're doing the research, a lot of the background information that will be hard for you to obtain or hard for you to have the time to get a hold of. They will be doing that work for you. We'll also be assigning to every entrepreneur one business student and one ministry student who will come alongside and advise you and counsel you on the spiritual aspects of running a business in the kingdom. So, and all of this is available to anyone who's accepted to the program at very little or no charge at all. I'm not sure how they're going to land there. But we are looking, and the team is committed to seeing these businesses get launched in the community. So I'm committing my Saturdays, the university is committing considerable amount of resources to come down here and make sure these businesses get a foundation built strong enough so that when we get to the summer, to the fall, those businesses can then be launched. This isn't kind of a blue sky, I hope, cross our fingers and hope something good happens. This is a practical means of getting a business launched. We should have the ability to bring in some additional speakers who can talk to you about their own experience. I've been in business for a long time, still have a lot of contacts. I can bring entrepreneurs in who can tell you what that process is like. What was easy, what was hard, what they anticipated, and what surprised them. So we can make this a real live exercise on getting the business started. So it'll run from January until May. And at the conclusion of the program, there will be, in some form, we haven't distinguished yet, some kind of grants available that will help you launch the business. If you've gone through the program and the leadership is saying that you're a viable candidate to continue to move forward. So there'll be grants to help you launch the business. There will also be continuing support from the students and myself to advise you as you run across different things in getting the business started. But this is a really unique opportunity to be on the ground floor of something that we hope will be much bigger as as time goes by. So that's kind of the groundwork. I don't know if I covered everything there, but I'm more than willing to take any questions you might have about it. Yes, in the back. Well, originally the idea is to launch the business here in the near West Side community. Now, as a matter of course, some of those businesses will start to spread out. That's actually a good thing. If you have online businesses, of course, that makes it accessible to a number of different markets. But the general idea is to launch the business to support the community or to be a resource in the community, doing businesses downtown, south side, north side, whatever the marketplace actually is attractive for. You had a question?
My question was very similar to hers. In addition to that, I heard you say online business, so if someone were interested in that, they can do it under the umbrella of this program?
Yes, we would have to work out the particulars on how it all works, but yes, online businesses are also acceptable as a part of the program. Yes. The question is around, can we do some things to get out of the city and not be in the city? The major focus for this particular program is in the city. So maybe one day we'll do some things outside of the city, but the focus right now is in the city. Yes.
Now, when
Trinity International University in Chicago.
Okay. And you want to put that? And how does that process work? They said they're gonna take 5 cities.
Yes.
So just put out that online, you have to right here. You had
So first and foremost, brother, some of this stuff, honestly, as you heard Gerald speak up a few times, we're still figuring it out. That we have a commitment to doing this work in the community. God has blessed us, that He sent us tremendous resources like you all are learning of today, but we're still figuring a lot of it out. However, for your question, we have that figured out. We do have a registration form. You can go to www.thrive@tcc.com. And by going to our website, you will see a flyer that reads the Thrive Leadership Academy. Under that flyer, it says that if you want to register for it, click here. When you click that, and you click where it states click here, you not only get access to the registration form, but it gives you just further details about what the academy entails. So what you all might not know, and I'll speak to it a little bit more afterwards, is that this is actually only one component of the larger academy. Because our hope is that after the entrepreneurs get these resources, we want these businesses to be sustained. So then we have to get to a point where we're offering mentoring. So this is one and the most important actually component, but it's only one, actually 3 phases of the Thrive Leadership Academy. So brother, hopefully you get that website. Chris, if you can raise your hand. Chris is a point person, and also Brother Duncan, if you can raise your hand. There are point people that we have tasked that have committed to be tasked to be the leaders of this particular initiative. So make sure that they get your information. If you feel like you need more information, if you just want more, just to stay informed about it, see Chris and Duncan.
Yes.
So to a couple of questions, Minister Lakeisha asked earlier, if the commitment isn't to this community, will you help us? Other people, do you have to be a member of this church? To both of those questions, the easy answer is no. You do not have to be laser focused on the community, and or you do not have to be a member of Thrive. But priority is going to go, one, to people who have a commitment to this community, and also people who have membership at our church. That's our priority. But we want to just take the strongest applicants, because again, this isn't, I don't know what you call it, blue sky or cross your fingers. It's not that. We're literally bringing resources to the table that people who are serious about starting businesses, we're giving you what you need. So if we don't find strong applicants from our church, apply. And then hopefully, even if you don't get into the official academy, you can still glean from the resources. Because even right now, what's happening is that I'm recording via Google Hangout. I capture everything. And I do that very intentionally, that we can utilize that content whenever we want to. So, I don't know, Daryl and I, again, we still figuring some of this stuff out. But we even said, even for people who don't get officially admitted into the program, we still want you to come and get the teaching. So what I'm saying is apply, right? Let that just be the only thing you're hearing from right now, and then we'll just kind of get further clarity as we move forward.
Yes.
So is it every Saturday from January to May?
Yes, it's every Saturday from 9 to 12. Let me give you a snapshot of what that will look like. So Saturday we start promptly at 9 o'clock, and there will be approximately 45 minutes to an hour of instruction. So one week we'll talk about marketing, another week we'll talk about finances, operations, et cetera, sales, accounting, all of that will cover as a part of the program. So first hour is instruction. The next couple of hours is where your students will come alongside, sit down with you, and start to map out specifically what your business is, what its needs are, what market you're going to be interested in going into, what kind of support do you need in order to execute it given that framework. So you'll spend time specifically with a student who will help you get through that process, understanding what was taught for the day, and then applying it to how your business can get started. And then we'll take time to pray, understand the spiritual implications implications of what we're doing, and then we'll dismiss after. So it's 3 hours every week of hard and fast learning, but it's very practical. We'll teach for an hour, and then we'll apply it for the next couple of hours. Yes. The question is, will we be working with not-for-profits? The answer to that is yes. We will help any viable business get off the ground. The preference is for-profit businesses. We're not eliminating not-for-profit, but we want to develop enterprises that drive profit, create jobs, and can build into the future. Enterprise is what we're looking for. Yeah. Let me make a couple comments. As I mentioned, I've been teaching entrepreneurship. I've been teaching for a number of years. I gave my life to the Lord 28 years ago. Best decision I ever made. One of the things he's, in both my business experience and my instruction, is that our people in particular need to develop things that we own and operate. We need to get out of the mindset that somebody else is going to come and provide for us and do for us. We need to create our own enterprises that create profit that we keep in our own communities. We often get exploited by those outside of our communities, and this is not racial at all. The enemy is the one who exploits us. Mm-hmm. He uses people to do that. We have to understand who is actually the puppet master of the whole thing. And until we start to develop and create enterprise and drive profit and creates wealth in our own community, we will always be vulnerable to exploitation. Now, everybody doesn't get to go to college. Some of us were fortunate. We went off to school, got a degree, and can do that. But everybody doesn't have that opportunity. A lot of times we need to create businesses for those individuals, and a lot of times our young people understand commerce, but they won't get a chance to go and learn it at a business school. Let's create businesses where those skills can be exercised and use them to the benefit of the community rather than a detriment. When we get this right, it'll be a huge benefit, not only to our community, but to the nation at large. What if Washington Avenue looked like Michigan Avenue downtown?
Amen.
Why not? I've heard Pastor Winston say on a number of occasions, you see all those buildings downtown? You know how many of us own any of them? None. We need a completely different frame of mind about how we approach business. Most of us are kind of scared of it. Especially believers, for some reason, we think that it's safer to stay on the church side. If I can get a job in the ministry, I'm good. We need people. Everybody doesn't get to work for the ministry. Most of us will go out and work in the marketplace. We need the skills to be able to create our own and have what we create benefit the communities we live in. Time out and somebody else coming in and exploiting us for what we have.
Thank you so much, Brother Green. Appreciate you. So hopefully, the picture has been painted on the canvas of your mind. That after today, people know exactly what it is that we're talking about when we speak of the Thrive Leadership Academy. This is real business. We are not playing around, and God is sending us the resources. It's amazing. Farrell has over 30 years of experience in the corporate wing and then also in entrepreneurialism. And God sent him here to be our teacher of this academy and to be the one who helps us to create it. That's just an amazing thing. A couple of points about what was going on with the kids during church. The kids actually were having church utilizing the same scripture that we have. And we actually have this